This is BM. Sorry, opponent. Woohoo! Yo, what up folks, MTG here, it's the weekend, and so we're going to be trying some Quarter Shield shenanigans. The most hated card in Explorer Anthology 3, but there might be a home for it. I thought rather than play something like Song Creation, where you have actually got a load of 0-mana spells in the format, so it doesn't really add much there, we're actually going to play some Sram shenanigans. The kind of centerpiece of the deck, 1 and a white, 2/2, whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. And so with a Quarter Shield, it gives us another 0-mana artifact in the format. Hey, we play it for free, we have to draw a card, nice. Bonesaw kind of snuck in with Dominating Acid, it's another 0-mana artifact, but that's not all we've got going on. Our aim is to kill our opponent with Aetherflux Reservoir. We have Sram and Paradoxical Outcome as huge card draw engines, along with things like Emery to help smooth things out. We have an artifact toolbox with Warrior of Invention, which alongside grabbing Aetherflux Reservoir grabs some other tools, and hey, it's a pretty neat combo deck. I thought it would be a fun one to cover. So, we've got 4 copies of a Quarter Shield and 4 copies of Bonesaw. Those are our 0-mana artifacts to trigger Sram. We have 4 copies of Mox Amber, obviously store it in the deck. Makes mana with Sram, makes mana with Emery. And then we've got 4 copies of Means Their Prototype, a 1-mana artifact. And then when it's in play, you can tap it and tap another untapped artifact or creature you control to add colorless. Gives you a bit of ramp for a very low investment of 1 mana. And we've got a bunch of 0-mana spells that help to make mana with it. Also, if you're in a bit of a tight spot and you're flooded, you can use it to spin an opponent's permanent to the top of the library. Hey, may come up, but largely it's just a ramp spell. Sram, hey, we don't have tons of artifacts, but between these drawing cards off of it and also with Mox Amber, the other thing to remember is that with Paradoxical Outcome, we're picking up all our 0-mana artifacts, so you're getting to draw a double off of these equipment as well, and then while enabling Mox Amber here. I did actually think about like playing like alright, we're gonna play like Sram Emery and then just like play a bunch of hammer cards with like Sagada's Aid, but hey, that's a slightly different deck. 4 copies of Emery lets you recast your 0-mana artifacts from the graveyard if they get put there. With Mox Amber in particular, lets you kind of like ramp some mana in some awkward ways. Then we have our toolbox, so 4 copies of Warrior of Invention, X, blue, Improvise, so you can tap artifacts to help pay that mana cost. Search your library for an artifact card mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield and then just shuffle. And so alongside 2 copies of Aetherflux Reservoir, we're only playing 2 because we can tutor them up, and we're drawing a bunch of cards. We have Inspiring Statue, which plays a really important role. So non-artifact spells you cast have Improvise. This mostly makes Paradoxical Outcome cost 1 mana. So you get to tap the artifacts before you bounce them to reduce the cost by 3. That's the idea. You're going to cast a bunch of spells in one turn, ideally dump a bunch of 0-mana artifacts, pick them all up, and then dump them again. Inspiring Statue kind of lets you do that while playing these in the same turn, which is important. You don't want to be too vulnerable. And then Paradox Engine is a kind of like just absolutely go off thing, especially if you've managed to like make some mana rocks with Astral Cornucopia. Whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. That includes things like Emery, includes all your Mox Ambers. Again, with Emery, if you've got Mox Ambers in your graveyard as well, you then get to bring them back, yada yada yada. It's great. And then lets you kind of carry on going off. And then we have a bunch of lands. 4 copies of Secret Coast, 4 Hedgegate Pathway, 4 Hallowed Fountain, 2 Adakar Wastes, 1 Ottawa for a bit of interaction, and 5 Islands. I don't have a sideboard here, but should take this into some best of 1 ranked. Wish me luck, and hey, if you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel. I try and bring a wide variety of Explorer decks, largely Explorer, occasionally other formats as well. And yeah, some of those, like this, are a bit more fun, and some of them are pretty competitive. Like, if you want to find the latest, like, is it creativity decks, then hey, there'll be dead text for those on the channel as well. So, let's hop into some ranked games. Alright, first match here, best of 1. Some highly variable magic, I think we're about to see. Alright, we have Mox Amber, we have Emery. What's the outcome? I mean, like, this looks pretty good. You know, in theory. No matchup dependent. You know, second Mox Amber, not too bad. We've got Emery, it's kind of fine. Gonna go ahead and make the prototype. Neither of these currently making mana, I'll just drop Emery into play, but we'll have to wait for another turn. Okay. Blue-black control or rogues? Could be either. The whole like maybe leans more towards blue like control, but hey, let's find out. That's one of these. We'll look to make Emery here. The nice thing about prototype is kind of like it sort of mana neutral when you're alcheming. The issue is that obviously you cast blue 3 cast. Only makes colorless, but hey. This might get killed in response. Nothing to cast, to be fair. But alright, okay. We might end up doing for like some kind of value outcome play, and then kind of using that to get some card advantage, kind of get out ahead. Actual go. What does that mean? Like, for example, here, if they do something on their turn, we could maybe outcome for 2. It's a bit of a value play. I'm gonna pass. It's not like we're assembling a lot of stuff for outcome at the minute anyway, just because we've got, like, double Mox Amber, but that's okay. Or at least not killing us very quickly. Okay, consider that way. Tracking now. We're going to drop a Shieldred. A Shieldred would be kind of awkward. You'll have to do this in response at least. Feel like mid-range. Oh, okay. Like mill. Let's let this hit. If they've got something to cast it off it or not. I've mostly played this card in Dredge, but you have some mill videos on the channel. Okay, so playing it the second mode to target themselves. Oh, I see. See the truth? That makes sense. I guess they're kind of... what's the card called? I made like a series of videos with it. The Arcane Proxy. There we go. I think I still run this, because it makes them tap out. Okay, they don't have interaction. Oh, the third Mox Amber. No one expects the third Mox Amber. We don't have any energy to play with it. We do have outcome. We could use now. We don't have an answer now. What does that look like? So if we burn a Mox Amber, we can go 2 mana neutral here. Problem really that things start looking pretty dicey. We need like a legendary creature and a reservoir. The reason why it's better to do it on their turn is because we don't have to discard. The returning things are going to end up with a bunch of cards on our hand. I'll play this. Kind of giving up our right to outcome turn, but fine. We'll have more lands untapped. It gives us a higher possibility to go, like, outcome into something real. Especially if we hit the Emery to turn all these Mox Ambers on. It could just be like value see the true thing without proxy in like a spell-based deck, but an interesting one. Not seen like Troll decks really play down in the past. Okay, well, Sram turns on the... Our life is not under pressure, right? We go ahead and cast this. Feel pretty fine about this for white. Or using this for colorless. See how they feel. Not much mana though. They didn't have a 2 mana cast spell, but they could have like a Steel Sabotage, that kind of thing. I just pass. And look to outcome on their turn. Bounce a bit of stuff. If they check out a kill spell here, maybe I'll respond. Yeah. Mox Amber in play? Picking it up, honey. That doesn't really... You can pick the Shroud up as well. You guys draw more cards. If they have a Spell Pierce, this is really brutal. That does appear to, to be what's happening. They could also have a Fatal Push. That'd be fine. I'm gonna push here. Okay. I panicked for a moment. Okay, we hit Reservoir. Or out comes, well, the Paradox. Yeah. This Paradox Engine is wild. I'm not really sure what it's doing. We'll maybe find out. Enough stuff. They have 6 mana now. Surely. Okay, it's gonna proxy. Do they have another See the Truth? We've managed to dodge like proxy Thoughtseize stuff, which has been good. Chill away, fire away for us to have a miserable time. Would like to draw a non-Mox Amber 0 mana artifact. That would be. Land is kind of okay. What does this do? Oh, I think it's like blue. I'm gonna cast these first. And the problem is that oh no, okay, so we've cast 1, 2, 3 spells. How many spells do we need to cast actually? Oh, we only get one after the Reservoir. Pretty tough. They don't have a good way to deal with this engine, at least. Maybe just say go here and get the Reservoir in first next turn. Okay, alright, I'm down to risk it. We're not dying anytime soon. They've not. What is their hand full of if they didn't have counter spells? Or because obviously you definitely can't have the Paradox engine. We're being incredibly slow because we kind of can be. Yeah, so we'd have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd have to. Oh, okay, that changes everything. We should make some mana first, right? There's 6 mana. Surely there's no way enough. They just have a handful of removal. That's also possible. They can have like 2 removal spells, Shoal Dread. They let the trigger resolve. That is wild. Cool. Alright. Hold this. Hold this. Hold this. I'm gonna have to sack some stuff off. Fine again. I'll come next time. Shut it down. Was not expecting the Ottawa, I'll be honest with you. They're gonna look for like any counterspell. You got oh, it's Arcane combo. You got really unfortunate, I think. With okay, so now we have to do some stuff. We've got Paradox Engine. A lot of mana. But I might as well cast this full. I mean, we have an outcome. All the mana is kind of relevant. Place for 0. Oh, he did tap out as well. Alright, I should stop trolling. I'm not trolling, but... You can play replay Reservoir. We just have like guaranteed kill here. Alright, cool. Well, we didn't really see this ram half that deck, but that's a win. Okay. Alright, second match. We picked up the win there, but it was very slow. Definitely a funny one where they killed our early stuff, but then they're actually in Archfiend Alteration combo decks. So they want to like give us a copy of one of their creatures, and for that to happen, we need to have a creature in play. So this looks pretty solid. Like prototype Emery. Looks like green, which might not have very good interaction for us, but we do need to find a like outcome reservoir cards. There are some like weird bits of the deck where you're like, oh well, I want to play these artifacts so that we can do Emery things, but then like also I want to be able to cast them all the time. Here is an interesting one. Let me tell you, Khan is a nightmare. Now, there is an Awara in the deck. Awara in the deck. What we found? Finding another Mox Amber is not too bad. Alright, we need to find a Paradoxical outcome or a reservoir, like super. Damn it.
I will defend my allies.
Some stuff here. This is obviously bad. They also just left it in play, which is worse. We should use Emery. Cast this. It's not unwinnable. The other thing is that prototype. Yeah, it's artifacts I control. So if we draw it into another prototype, we can spin the card. But they're gonna go grab a Pithing Needle, Emery, all kinds of nonsense here. So I can play the Cornucopia, but it's not like it's gonna give me mana. I'll do that. We'll save it. And we know we're gonna have to bounce at some point.
Some
Well,
must be built.
that doesn't really do anything, at least. 5, 6. Yeah, if they have the Storm of the Festival, then we are in trouble. Hydra fights down at Emery, which is bad. Yeah. And cantrips. Cool. Okay. We can cast this card. I just don't know if it's... I think we have a turn, so I'm going to cast them. And we'll do it on our opponent's turn. This ability is not turned off, notably. Which is interesting. I'll respond to this. We'll leave the statue in play. That's pretty close. We drew another outcome. It's basically. I say that. No, it's not because we need. Oh. but if they can't kill us next turn, then we're fine. Also, sort of need a land. Sort of. Maybe. This is 5 man. Odd one. Oh, do you have a lair though? Can we play Emery? So awkward. Okay, we have double prototype. Just need to be able to. You still gain a ton of life. You don't have the mana. Sadly. I have Besagi. Oh, the Besagi's like low-key kind of good. In any weird way. Gives us a 5th land. We're obviously down an Aetherflux Reservoir, which is of course bad. Hey Emery, we're on 18. Can recast as well with Emery. What works about? Getting a bit weird. Alright. That's a common 7. They're finally gonna down to. Okay, the level is pretty solid. What's the level gonna hit? Hitting Emery is. Oh, I haste at least.
The ocean
Okay.
surges, life thrives.
This is of course a lot more mana. Then all the way to untap a land, they can layer the they can like the Hydrix. It's fine. They're in the tank.
Step right into battle. I love to make a splash.
Okay. Yukon. Khan goes to grab Cauldron. Can they do things here? You know, I've never actually seen someone just like go through.
I defy gods. Defying you, one drop ripples and grows.
Everything on a on.
Stand down.
They have it right because they've got an untapped pistol. Sorry. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna assume they can just do this. It certainly looks like they can. So, we'll count as an L, but it's pretty close. Alright, next game. Okay. Third match here. Yeah, I lost an awkward one to green. Obviously that Besagi was incredible. But then also like Khan does a great job at just denying us everything. Here, this hand's interesting. We have a turn 1 Emery. I'm gonna keep it, even though we only have 1 land. You're playing 20, which is quite a lot. Dargador King 25. Okay, I was gonna say, if they play Mountain, I'm really gonna hit. I Turtle today. Okay, now having another Mox Amber in the graveyard is actually kind of cool. Make it a 2. Okay. I presumably blue-white control? Like, not necessarily. Blue. Actually, this is like a more pound and sweeping around a little bit for interaction. With the Mox in our graveyard, we're actually kind of in a position where if we go grab another amount of artifact, well, go ahead and run this out. If they have a temporary lockdown, I'm going to scream, but that is got a couple of pretty must-answer creatures. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana next turn currently. Find out. Oh, they're on the blue-white field. Oh, do they have the discontinuity? They do not. This is like a window that we can't really afford to pass up on. Please follow this. Go ahead and do this. That's 5. Play. Follow us with it. Come. Let's see about Emery. We need 4 mana here. We get cards up. I don't think we do bounce him. We also like aren't really winning the game this time. I want to set up to win. Let's win. Oh, stuff. Double outcome. Without the inspiring statue, it gets a little bit difficult. A little bit more difficult. Right. Cast this Bonesaw. Cast the Quarter Shield. Okay. Actually, this is bad. They're 4 mana. They try and counter the outcome or try and... The Whirlpool. Have a count. Try and outcome of them. And more out. I gotta counter it. Oh no. Also didn't hit at all. Oh no. Have a spell back. You me. That's tough. Okay. I guess it took ages. What's discarded all that equipment? Oh, that'd be. That is a sweeper though, which maybe gives us a window. Mana. Okay. Knock. Play that. Oh, I'm so. Okay. Like the hardest way possible. Oh, this is such pain. So painful. So you get 1 mana afterwards. We said go, but then we. Oh, we actually got so screwed. That makes. Oh, this feels super bad. Oh. That's the one thing with this kind of deck is that, like, unlike in paper, where if you're taking game actions, hey, you're only taking, like, that was like one turn the game. Fine. This has also gone fairly well for us. I'd like to tap these rooms. The sickest obvious. Right, okay. Right. White. Colorless. Colorless. Fine. I think there's. Like, in case of shit. Right, well. We did actually draw too many lands. It's wild to think.
Right on schedule. You know what? I'm not done.
Very second. Even bounce right. Yeah, if we had all the equipment we are on a high life total. Definitely not done. They're gonna have access to all their mana, so they can maybe just discontinuity us into Oblivion here. We don't really have a good way to wheel for card draw. Let's say go and see what Grand not being able to have like a Hedron archive for more mana, sure. I mean, maybe you should bounce a fairy here. It doesn't really use any other mana though. They just get to recast and then untap the land. There's a couple of things.
Hurry.
We like actually want to draw like actively like Bonesaw off the top. The life they're gaining doesn't actually matter, but more infinite mana. 9. Back it up. Oh, the Vance of Graveyards will do it. Alright, we kind of threw that one. Ah, fair. Alright, see the next. Alright, well, this is actually match 5. Match 4, my internet dropped off with your match. We're ahead versus blue-white, but... blue-white feel that is. This, okay. I think we can work with. There is, like, a bit of an awkward thing going on with, like... Hey, we don't have enough 0 mana artifacts. Maybe? If you're interested, I've done a couple of different like reservoir combo videos. Most of them are is it based. Things like Third Path Iconoclast, which are really, really good. All of the 0 mana artifacts make 1/1s. But hey. Okay. Let's lead off with Halliburton. We'll not beat around the bush. We'll make ourselves known. Was pretty big. I'm down to say this on next turn. One. Oh, quite missed that. Okay. You want to play? Oh gosh. Okay, they foretold. Okay, Bonesaw's big. That triggers Sram. Nice. Oh, and we get Emery. Okay, okay. Is there a way we can set up to... I don't necessarily want to show this mock sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys not really helping him. Do this. Attack fatigue. Yeah. The worry here is that this is a Doomscar, the 1 white Wrath. But we're in an okay position if it is. Find a paradoxical outcome. Oh, it is field. Do they have the discontinuity? Okay, they do. Give us like a little window. Oh, we find the reservoir and we've naturaled the reservoir. And that just means we need to draw something, anything. Oh gosh, they're gonna have some. In Dodge Farewell, we need to get the reservoir into play now. In case of how we want it. A yard. Cornucopia. I think just caster. Cornucopia back. If we go Owen tap land farewell, we're ending the video. Did whole max up. 1, 2. If we play it, no. We're gonna beat him with a Sram though. I would really like for them to tap out and play, like, tap some mana and play Wandering Emperor here. That'd be great. Okay, Teferi's strong. Do they have another Lotus Field to go with it? Real question.
Need to move quickly.
The draw. You now know what we're up to. They have the Lotus Field. They do not. Still access to 5 mana. We drew box out. In some light. That's the one thing that these always decks, like, without like, so like sometimes you could play like a one-off Hedron archive we could go like grab with this. No actual good data. I'm gonna actually declare this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. Spell you call.
Run away.
1, 2, 3,
You'll be safe.
7, 8, 10 life. I know. Um. Yeah. This happened. We have not just crashed. Let me be. I'm losing my mind. Oh, no, okay, sure. Oh. It unfroze and then. Okay. You can't see without it. Alright, we're back. Let's just play hatch. I'm just gonna end turn here. Did nothing. We have like an end of turn where the problem is that we have to wait until after they've untapped their Lotus Fields to see about it. Okay, Epiphany's pretty great. One extra turn play. I don't know how many they're playing. Oh, I'm so paranoid about the client. We're dead to a wet fish. Sram is like meant to be a Carter engine, but there just maybe aren't enough equipment to go around. We had a Paradise Man. We had like a If only we had a Paradise Man. That wasn't like incredible powerful thing. I mean, we're not actually dead yet.
Keep watch for intruders.
Yeah, I'm gonna ultimate Teferi in a minute. I only have one extra turn playing. And these land taps aren't actually doing that much. Great. Jokes on them. Oh, just to say that. Castle Ardenvale doing the work. Okay, okay. Still have a lifestyle. The client does not want me to carry on. Range quit.
Hurry.
Alright, have another time walk. This'll. They'll get there. They'll be able to ultimate. Alright, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, last match, one more for the road. I'm hoping the client's gonna hold up. And yeah. We can put another win on. Okay, so we've got this is like the we've got 0 mana artifacts and Paradoxical outcome. We kind of just had to keep. We have good draws. Sram here would be amazing. Obviously, we have the Bone Source cards with. You might actually see the Astracordicoipio on one here. The farmland start is I wasn't really being serious, and yet here we are. Maybe it's a cool perforate spell we can play with. We don't want to be casting it. Yeah. But is this the true home for a quarter shield? Like, no, it's probably still the best, but it's an interesting one. Okay, we have land. We are incentivized to play all our artifacts. Okay, was actually pretty interesting. Let's just find We need 7 things in place. They actually. Well, it's an awkward one. I'll put one of each into play. Because we can like maybe cast all the cornucopias if we need. Or alternatively, Bone Saw is the one that triggers Sram if we join. But we want to basically look to worth a 4 to get Reservoir. And to be like a little careful they don't gain too much life, but without the bishop I think so we are on like a pretty hard 2-turn clock. We have another paradoxical outcome, which means that if we can successfully worth a 4, okay, we'll see how that goes. Assuming they don't have a Besage as well. They can also like have like company to Skyclave apparition for it, essentially. That'd also be rough. But the deck is highly incentivized to company main phase, given like Righteous Valkyrie. Maybe they just don't have it. Box here. As I say, I think if they Coco into 2 Righteous Valkyries. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see. If we get Skyclave apparition, that'll be really sad. If they have a Besage, that'll be really sad. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More than enough. It, however, looks like they might have a Besage. Might be company. If it's a Besage, I think you just have to fire it off here. Okay, it's company. Do they have apparition? They do not. They do, however, have a bunch of life. Alright, that should be totally fine. So we want to go Bone Saw. Bone Saw. Moxander. Cornucopia. For 0. Outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets. Look at that. That counts. We'll draw a bunch more. That's the cast the Quarter Shield. I'll cast Sram while I'm here. Let's get these Bone Saw triggers going. Oh, go. Off to the races. Reservoir's counting up. That's 9. That's 10. Let's go for records. This is BM. Sorry, opponent. Woohoo! There's one for the road. Right. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Tell your friends. Explorer is awesome. I've got a bunch of new deck decks coming your way. And yeah, have a great weekend.